Hello everybody. My name is Juhani Saarinen, working as a solution architect at Agile Data Engine Professional Services, and my background mainly consists of different data platform, data management, and data modeling related roles. And before ADE, I used to work for almost 10 years at Solita as a consultant. And today I'm going to walk through a few new functionalities in ADE, which are basically object browser, new metadata search in Insights, and Ask AI, the new feature of chatting with ADE metadata with natural language. And in the end, there will be the possibility for asking questions and discussions, and you're gonna also, for example, write questions to the chat during this session. So I'll start by introducing the object browser and what it is about. The background of object browser functionality is that ADE user interface has gone through changes during the recent couple of years, and as part of these UI changes, there was a need to make the navigation a bit more flexible and easier. And with the object browser, the navigation is more flexible, and also it offers this kind of possibility of grouping entity packages together, for instance, and creating like a hierarchical structure for them. And from timeline perspective, object browser will be included in the next release, meaning during the upcoming month. Next, I'm going to show the object browser in practice. So now I'm in the Designer, and object browser can be basically opened by clicking this icon on the right upper corner, and after that we can see the packages and the folders on the object browser structure on the left hand side. So it's possible to search objects based on the name. So now I'm writing pub customer, and after that I will see all the packages, entities, and loads containing the word pub customer. And then I can also like create a new folder by clicking this create new folder icon. And now I have created the folder. So then I can, after that, I can move the packages and their content to this new folder like this. So, for example, all the customer-related publishing area packages could be moved to this new folder, and also you could group the entities based on the layer or source system with, for example, a bit similar like grouping elements that typically have been used with tags in the past. And then it's also possible to create this kind of like sub folders, enabling the creation of more levels as part of the hierarchy structure. And then, of course, another improvement with this object browser is that if I have basically, let's say, opened a specific load, I can then really quickly jump into another entity or load from that specific place or load. And this of course overall sort of like improves the flexibility of navigation, because otherwise you typically would navigate through the designer front page, for instance, and the list of packages like this, and after that by drilling down to the entities and loads. And basically that's everything about offset browser on a high level. So in general, quite straightforward improvement, making the UI navigation faster and easier. Next, let's continue into new metadata search in Insights and Ask AI and what those are about. So new metadata search was introduced last autumn in ADE Summit, and it enables like a full text search over all environments and includes also sort of like the actual code as part of the search as well, which makes it really powerful tool for searching sort of like all the comprehensive metadata that ADE contains. But I will soon show in practice how this metadata search works in Insights. And as everybody of you probably know, there is a lot of happening in Gen AI area in general, and also ADE has a lot of things going on in AI front, and there are several AI related roadmap items, and one large part of ADE's AI offering is the Ask AI, that basically is an LLM model that enables chatting with customer specific ADE metadata combined with the kind of like generic knowledge about how ADE works. And Ask AI is part of the Insights add-on, and currently it's in private preview phase. And then of course there might be this kind of like security related questions. So from security perspective, Ask AI is not trained with the actual customer metadata, and then the LLM model resides in the European Union. And the kind of like high level use cases, for example, where Ask AI could be utilized, include, of course, like AI assisted development workflows, improvement suggestions, explaining the data sets, and also kind of like summarizing the recent work and its business value as well. So the potential user groups of Ask AI includes data engineers, of course, but also stakeholders like let's say data platform owners, product owners, and business users, as with the Insights functionality in general. So different potential user groups. All right, I will show the metadata search and Ask AI from the Insights in practice. So this is ADE Insights front page that can be accessed, for example, from the designer if Insights add-on is enabled, and the metadata search can be opened from this search icon on the right upper corner. So, for example, as a data engineer, I would be interested in making changes to the customer data model, and I would like to find out all the dependencies around customer entity. So now I wrote customer, and as a result, I get all the metadata objects containing the word customer. And as you can see, the level of details is really great because, for example, in the results, I can drill down to the different metadata objects, and from this entity load steps, I can even see the actual code, including the customer word as part of it. And this definitely makes the search functionality really powerful and dynamic, and opens new possibilities of searching metadata quickly by utilizing this feature. Okay, next I will show Ask AI in action. So Ask AI prompt can be accessed from the search button like this. And the first thing I'm gonna ask is explain customer revenue 360, and as a answer, Ask AI gives like a clear structured overview of what sits behind the customer revenue 360. So instead of going through the actual models, I immediately see that the two gold entities, DM customer 360 and DM customer person, exist, and there is the short descriptions of what they actually represent. And we have this kind of like interactive links here as well. So everything that we see here is also kind of like immediately accessible for deeper investigation in the ADE Designer side as well. In addition to that, Ask AI shows, in this case, all the upstream entities with this kind of like grouping based on the layer. So, for example, for a platform owner, this would be the kind of like level of clarity I would like to have. So in the information delivery layer, I can see customer, person, and address dimensions. Then there is the data vault layer, of course, behind it, and in the staging side, I see the ERP and CRM sources feeding the downstream entities. In the end, there are the layer descriptions on a higher level, and then of course we have the links to the relevant ADE insights dashboards that could offer then sort of like additional interesting information as well. As I mentioned earlier, Ask AI could also be utilized as part of like AI assisted development workflows. So let's assume that as a data engineer, I would like to create an enterprise product dimension on top of product master data in the data warehouse sourced from the ERP system. So now I'm asking for a SQL select query which joins product hub with the corresponding satellites. And as an answer, I will get a list of data vault entities that should be used as a source. So there's the product hub and the related satellites, and after that we see the select statement that Ask AI produces, and it's able to have this level of detail that the aliases are correct and the column names are renamed into more business friendly format, and it also is able to exclude all the technical columns that probably are not needed in this case. So kind of like this answer and SQL code with small modifications would then provide a good basis for creating the SQL needed for populating a product dimension. Again, in the end, we see the additional notes and links for more detailed investigation, and of course the possibility of asking for further questions if some more iterations would be needed with Ask AI. Also, typically continuous improvement, standardizing the solution to make it more scalable and minimizing customization are things that data teams would be aiming for. So the next question would be find hard-coded values in the loads and pick one pattern repeated most and propose how to optimize it and why. And as an answer, we get these kind of like patterns like static file paths, fixed string values in select, and hard-coded reference data as part of the code. So things that could be potential technical improvement items, and then it's also able to provide answers on how to optimize it in practice. So how to do the parameterization for file paths, and how to use those variables, and then centralizing the reference data to the reference tables. In the end, we have the reasoning why this would be important. So things like maintainability, reusability, and centralized control, of course. And there's the link again to the relevant ADE documentation where the more specific options are then explained. And again, also it asks if you would like to have more concrete examples of the implementation, because of course this sort of like first answer is on a bit like higher level. All right, the final question I will show is that let's assume that I would be a data platform owner or product owner and would like to know what my team has recently delivered. So the question is summarize what my team has been mostly working on recently and what business value it delivered. The answer contains the key areas of recent work, so basically dates, commit messages, and a high-level summary of the delivered business value. And then Ask AI also describes both like technically and from business value point of view, a few these kind of like key trends recently, like data model expansion and cleanup and future proofing the platform also. So as a summary, basically we saw practical examples of first of all, there was the object browser, new metadata search functionalities, and then examples of Ask AI in each of these key areas of use cases related to the actual development work, improvements, understanding the data sets, and summarizing the business value. But of course, there is a lot of further possibilities as well in these and other areas with the Ask AI. And what is sort of like excellent in my opinion with Ask AI is the way it kind of like utilizes the ADE metadata and context by let's say default and out of the box. So it's able to give references and links to the correct documentation, configurations in Designer, and kind of like by doing that, it makes the everyday work and development for the data teams easier. Of course, quite a lot of this information has been earlier sort of like available as part of the metadata and documentation, but with the natural language interface, finding the correct information from many different places at the same time and summarizing the key points is really easy and efficient. That's basically all of the demo part. Any questions or comments at this point? Yeah, so with Ask AI, the situation currently is that it's in the private preview mode. So it's a feature that is developing further all the time. So it hasn't been fully launched yet in that sense as part of the product, but of course we are looking for customers all the time who would be interested in trying it out in practice. So if you would be interested in Ask AI, it's a good idea to reach out to ADE team and we can figure it out together then. Yeah, I think there are roadmap items for the sort of like assistance for the SQL development workflows. So that's at least one area in the designer side. And then in general also maybe not directly related to the designer, but the MCP server integration, like how the LLM models communicate with the ADE metadata. That's one large area in the AI field. bringing your own LLM model, how to integrate with the customer-specific LLM models. That's another area as well, and then there's a lot of happening also with the agentic workflows area. How to utilize agentic workflows as part of the development work, and that of course is also related to the designer side, I would say.